Hello guys, today I'm gonna show you how I use ImageG, the program, to make simple phenotyping analysis on plants and bonus of how I analyze this data in a simple statistical analysis on R Commander, the package from R. So I'll start by opening ImageG. I usually save this program in a file which I will use it the most because we always have this processing when we want to access the program. We always need to download it. Here I'm going to allow the access. Once it's done, I can already open my example image. So for this image, actually I want to select another one. Not this one. This one. Okay. Here I want to measure the length of each leaf and compare the means of wild type and the mutant. So, usually when you're going to make this kind of analysis, whether you take a picture or you scan your plants, you should always have a reference scale in your pictures. In this case, I have this one, and I'm going to select 1 centimeter. I'm going to set the scale in this program. So I click on Analysis and Set the Scale. We are going to keep all values the same, apart from no distance, which was 1 centimeter, and the unit of length is centimeter. Okay. Now I can already start measuring each leaf of my plants. You should always work in the order that you have, you are conscious of what it corresponds to. For example, here you press Ctrl M. This was the first measure that I did on the replicate one of the wild type. So, but here it will be identified just as one. So that's why you need to know what it corresponds to. So for this example, I'm going to work with the following order. I'm going to measure all the wild types, and then I'm measuring all the mutants. So I'll just measure and always click on Ctrl M to save that corresponding result. Now I'm going to start with the mutant replicate 1, and it will be here identified as 5 until the 8. So Ctrl M, Ctrl M, Ctrl M. Now what we want to do is to export this file. So for this means I'm going to click on Save as Text. I'm just going to save these results. And now we are done with ImageG, and we can move on to our data. Actually, it did not save the way that I wanted. I'm just going to save it as text. Let me see it. So I saved as results, and I'm going to open it. It will open as an Excel file. And here, in this case, what we are interested in our file is just the length, that is this column. So we can already exclude all the others. And as I told you, you need to know what number corresponds to what plant. So here, in this case, I know that the four first numbers correspond to the wild type, and the four last correspond to my mutant. For this data, I'm just gonna do a simple t-test on this data, and I'm gonna do this with the package R Commander. So let's just open R Commander. So first I had downloaded the R on the internet. If you are interested, I can do another video showing how I do download this app. And I have already downloaded in my own computer the package R Commander, which is the one we are going to use for this analysis. So for downloading it, you can just use this code, install package, and the name of the package is R Commander. But as I have already downloaded it, I will just do library R Commander to open this file. And you press Ctrl Enter. Now this is R Commander. In this program, I'll click on Data, Import Data, and I will enter the data I just showed you. So I can go see data here. This is okay, everything's fine. So we can move on to statistics, means, and I want to do a paired t-test to compare the means of my wild type and my mutant. Then the wild type will be my first variable and the mutant will be the second variable. So we just click on OK, and we already have the results showing that there is no significant difference as the p-value is over 0.05 or 5%, and we should not reject H0, the hypothesis null. So this is how I do to make simple phenotyping analysis, how I would interpret these results. This is very subjective for each, is very dependent on each project you are working with. What are you comparing between plants? So in this case, I can just say that there is no significant difference between my wild type and the mutant in terms of leaf length in centimeters. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. And if you have any feedback or any commentary, don't not hesitate to leave it here. And thanks for your attention. See you.